This week we're going to review Not Fragile by Bachman Turner Overdrive. So stick around because you ain't seen nothing yet. So the other night we were sitting around and I asked my girlfriend what were 3 bands that were very memorable to her of the 70s. First, she had to remind me that she's 4 years younger than me. But then she did name 3 bands. She named Three Dog Night, Bad Company, and Bachman Turner Overdrive. That made me smile because Bachman Turner Overdrive, or BTO, has always been one of my favorite bands from the 70s. And even better, I had just picked up my copy of Not Fragile at the flea market for $2. So I thought, hey, let's do a review. BTO has sold over 30 million records, and this album has sold 3 million by itself. So an interesting story about how the band came up with the name Not Fragile. It's actually poking fun at the band Yes, who had an album released in 1971 called Fragile. So Randy Bachman thought that was kind of weird. He said, our music could be dropped, it could be kicked, and it would still be rock and roll, and it would be unbreakable. So trying to make fun of Yes, they called this album Not Fragile. Bachman Turner Overdrive, or BTO, is a Canadian band, hailing from Winnipeg. The band, formed in 1973, consisted of Randy Bachman on lead guitar and vocals, coming out of his stint with the Guess Who, a guy named Fred, quote, CF, unquote, Turner, who played bass guitar and vocals, Randy's brother Tim on rhythm guitar, and Randy's brother Robbie on drums. This setup lasted for the first 2 albums. Tim Bachman left the band right after BTO 2. You see, Randy Bachman had very strict rules. To be in the band, there was no drugs, no alcohol, and no premarital sex while out on tour. Tim kept breaking the rules, so he's asked to leave. In a 1974 interview with Rolling Stone magazine, Randy Bachman said that he knew from experience that drugs could really ruin a good thing. Drugs made the guys in the Guess Who change. He said they became sloppy. They ruined themselves and their marriages. After Tim left the band, he was replaced by a guy named Blair Thornton, and Blair made his debut on this album, Not Fragile. Things were a little different though. Blair Thornton was billed as second lead guitar instead of rhythm guitar. And the dual guitar solos between Thornton and Randy Bachman are what really stand out on this album and made BTO. So the album opens with the title song, Not Fragile. The first notes are actually Turner laying down a very impressive bass line. And before you know it, we have that dual lead guitar solo thing going on. Excellent display of that. This song rocks. Lead vocals on this song are provided by CF Turner. You can tell because his vocals kind of have a growling sound with them. The next song is Rock Is My Life, and This Is My Song. Okay, this song features Randy on lead vocals, kind of complaining and lamenting about being a rock and roll star. Kind of hard to feel sorry for the guy. The third song on the album is one that really hit the radio charts. It was Rollin' Down the Highway. This song was pretty much a staple at any high school dance between, I would say 1975 and 1977, or at least as many as that I ever attended or can remember. Again, you can recognize Turner's growly voice, and Thornton and Bachman trading guitar licks make this really a classic solo. Kind of an interesting fact, Robbie Bachman, the drummer, wrote this song with CF Turner. The Ford Motor Company had actually contracted with Bachman Turner Overdrive for them to produce a song to be used as a car commercial. This was one that they pitched among many. However, Ford never took them up on any song. Even though Ford didn't pick up the song, it rose to number 14 on the Billboard Top 100. And to this day is one of those songs that you want to play when you're on a road trip. Cruising down the highway, just giving it a little too much gas and rocking out. The next song on the album is also one that you would probably recognize from radio play. The song is You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. This was also a high school dance staple back in the 70s. It actually reached number 1 on the Billboard Top 100. And the song kind of famously has that stutter. Baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, I can't sing. I can sing in my car when no one's around, but I don't sing. So anyhow, that stutter was designed as a joke for Randy Bachman's brother Gary, who actually has a stutter. Kind of not cool. This side concludes with a song called Freewheelin'. It's an instrumental and was actually released as the B-side to You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. The song is an instrumental, it really rocks, and it's one of those, well, I was gonna say turn it up, but the volume's probably already up. Side 2 opens with a song called Sledgehammer. Definitely not the song by Peter Gabriel of the same name. Again, a great rock and roll road trip song. Now the next song, Blue Monin', is one that I would consider probably the worst song on the album. And I think the reason is the vocals. I don't like the pairing of the vocals, the harmony, it just seems off to me. The guitar work is exceptional. I think this song would have worked better as an instrumental. The next one is called Second Hand, and it's one of those songs where the guitar work just makes you smile. And again, don't turn it up, it's already up too loud. And the album concludes with the song Giving It All Away. Okay, this might be my least favorite song on the album. The song's a hard driving rocker song. Again, the vocals lose me on the song. Again, it would be better as an instrumental. Okay, my take on the album? Man, it's a foot stomper. It's a road trip rock and roll album. You're out driving through the desert. You got the volume cranked up. You're rocking and rolling. It's awesome. So, 2 thumbs up. I think if you buy this album, you can't be disappointed. Just go for it, crank it up, and flash back to the 70s.